What's up, XRP family? Thank you guys for joining the video for today. We have some very interesting things going on. Let's start off with Elon Musk. Twitter is almost a done deal. In the last few months, Elon Musk expressed the changes he would make if he took over. Here are his plans. Now, what does this have to do with XRP? I'll show you. Because he actually made something very clear. And here is the deal with payments. In June, Elon pointed out that it would make sense to integrate payments on Twitter. His goal is to make it easy to send money back and forth. He said money is fundamentally digital at this point. Insane, guys, how everything is lining up with this, right? And we also know that he recently made a comment on Brett Garlinghouse with the lawsuit going on. This is not coincidence, guys. Do you think that this guy really believes in Dogecoin? Like, we will see in his actions what he's really gonna do. But believe me, guys, this guy is 100% in favor of XRP because of the technology that it has. And we will see very soon if he really takes over Twitter and integrate payments. We will see the actions that he will take, because that will become interesting. And imagine if he uses XRP as a payment tool, because it will be the only regulated cryptocurrency to actually being used as payments, right? You can't use Bitcoin. It's too slow. Like, Bitcoin and XRP will be the only two regulated. Which one is he going to use, right? So just think about that for a second. All these things happening at the same time, it makes a lot of sense. If you've been here for a while, you remember this smart lady. If you haven't, now this is a very interesting video. I don't know, guys, if you have seen it, but it's just very interesting. She actually makes very realistic calculations based on what would happen if they use XRP for issuing tokens and issuing debt, and how it all would work. It's very interesting, guys. Let's watch it.
And we make these following assumptions. Ripple has 100 billion cryptocurrency coins on issue. We assume for simplicity that they don't burn those coins, okay? Even though we know they do. We know that Ripple will burn their coins, and the burn rate as time goes on, because the usage will be more, will probably get higher and higher. But just for simplicity, I've made the following assumptions. That essentially the burn, there's no burn rate. We're using the total issuance rather than the circulating issuance of 100 bill. And also, essentially, I've only assumed a 10% take up of their X current, and I've used the interest rate swap curve, the US interest rate swap curve, which the banks use as their cost of funding curve, which has an implied credit rating of AA. So if a bank has a credit rating less than AA, then that swap curve should be higher. There should be margin in that. But for simplicity, I've just used a AA swap rate curve and haven't really added too much margin in that for the cost of credit. Because, Ripple may not have a AA credit rating. It may have something less than that. So if we assume that the net present value of their cash flows is 12.49 trillion over 100 bill, I'm actually saying in the first year, one XRP should be $124 or 125 bucks. If we assume that the cash flows with a very simple valuation model using the discounted cash flow or the net present value is 33.4 trillion over 2 years, then 34 trillion over 100 bill puts one XRP at 334. And again, if we do the same over a 3-year period, we're looking at $892. So, and this is assuming only that X current is taken up, and only 10% of X current is taken up globally. And I believe more will be taken up, absolutely. So that's sort of the valuation I'm looking at. And don't forget, Bitcoin took forever to move from 80 cents to you know, to $1 to 2,000, whatever. It took a long time. Bitcoins, you know, came out in 2008, and it didn't really get traction until roughly probably about 2016. So it took at least 8 years. Now I believe Ripple will get traction much quicker, and XRP will get very fast traction once the take up of Xcurrent becomes more and more.
Insane, guys. If you think about this, it's just history repeating actually, but this is on a much larger scale, right? She said Bitcoin took almost 8 years actually before it really went to a higher value. Now you can see that this is clear use case. You can see all around you that this is actual proof that XRP can reach these prices, because it's not unrealistic. It's not some crazy number put on the sky for speculation. This is because of use case. This is the price XRP would reach because of banks using it and institutions. So I think what she did here was giving a very realistic view of what XRP can actually reach in a short amount of time. Because remember, this is a very realistic approach, but also a very small one, right? It's not very ambitious. Let's put it like that. Tokenizing private equity on XRPL. Now this is also very interesting. This is linked to talking about tokenizing their private equity in a XRP decentralized exchange. Please watch.
You know, one of the reasons why we're here today, and one of the reasons why we're building on the XRP ledger. So it's one of our top assets on our platform is Ripple Labs. And so Link2 now has an X team, which is composed of Javi and myself. And we are building a alternative trading system on the XRP Ledger DEX. And the reason why we're doing this is to make these assets more liquid. So we're creating more accessibility, affordability, and now we're creating more liquidity for this asset class, allowing users not to just buy, but also to sell the assets as well. And so obviously liquidity is great. You may have life events come up where you may need to sell, and there's other users on the platform who will want to buy from you because there's limited availability of the investment products on our platform. So the main challenge with tokenizing private equity on the XRP ledger is not even technical. It's mostly operational. So we need to first secure the licenses to do this, to build this alternative trading system. We need to register with FINRA and then with...
Insane, guys. So basically they just need clearance on the regulations kind of thing, the rules, and then they can start doing that. But just imagine this, guys. This is just one company doing this. What about all the other companies? What about all the other banks, all the other institutions doing all the same things, tokenizing things on XRPL, because it is the most efficient and will be the only one regulated at one point, because it's the only one that has been in a lawsuit, right? So just think about that. Even if we don't get that flip of the switch moment very soon, just think about the years to come. It is still like by far the best investment that you can ever make. And this is not financial advice, of course. Please do your own research. But based on all these things, it's just so obvious what is happening across the board. Here you can see, thank you, Jeremy, and this is a great point in a great article. This is actually no way Ripple is able to register XRP as a token. Great article from Professor arguing, among other things, that the SEC is improperly using Howey as a whip to drive the crypto cattle into registration. SEC is treating Ripple like a Ponzi schemer, not a shaper of money's future replacement. Exactly. So here we can see, guys. The judge should not ignore in a case alleging that sale of XRP should have been registered with the SEC as a sale of security that Ripple literally isn't able to register the XRP token. Very interesting. And we may hear very soon what is going on. So last thing about in this video, guys, BIS project mBridge. The mBridge ledger is looking more and more like XRP. Accenture is a Ripple technology partner and its own blockchain is XRP enabled. Now, here you can see, so this is the Bank of International Settlements, and I said this from the beginning, this is all Ripple, guys. This is all XRP. You can just see it on the signs. Now, for a fact, we know that the biggest bank of Thailand is using Ripple, and we know that the central bank of the UAE is using Ripple. You can look that up in their partnerships. There were patents, there were all kinds of things showing their partnership. And we have Accenture, which is a known Ripple partner as well. And here we can see all the participants participating commercial banks in the pilot, right? And the thing is, this project is all based on Ripple. Again, it's just so many partners are actually doing this. And look, because the reason that we're saying this is because Accenture is also involved, right? It's supported by Accenture. So it's one of the main reasons, guys, where they're using Ripple constantly. Accenture explained that its solutions enable business process synchronization between the blockchain platforms from Digital Asset, DA Platform, and R3 Corda, as well as Hyperledger, Fabric, and Quorum. The solutions also demonstrated they could actively share data and information across distributed ledgers, proving that integration is possible across the growing number of distributed ledger platforms in the market. Now, if this doesn't show you guys that we are very close, I don't know what will. Thank you very much for watching the video. See you in the next one. Cheers.